So here's a pro tip. The more you put down in due diligence money, the stronger your offer will appear to the seller. But remember that comes with a huge risk. Buying a home is already a huge commitment. And then your agent starts talking about due diligence money, earnest money deposits, and other payments that you need to make. Suddenly, it starts to feel like money is going in every direction. So, where does all of this money go? Do you really have to pay it all up front? And what happens if you change your mind? If you are confused about these deposits, you are not alone. But don't you worry, because I am here to make it all crystal clear. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what these deposits mean, how much you should expect to pay, and most importantly, how to protect your money throughout the home buying process. Hello, hi everybody. I am Lynette Selby, a real estate agent right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. No, I'm not just a real estate agent. I am your YouTube real estate agent in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I help buyers just like you navigate the home buying process with confidence. And before we dive in, I have something special just for you, my free Homebuyer Roadmap. Now, this is a guide that will walk you through all the steps of buying a home from pre-approvals to closing. And this will make your journey so much more easier. So to grab your free copy now, all you got to do is check the link in the description box. And from there, you can get your free copy and learn everything you need to know about purchasing a home. But now, let's talk about those deposits and what they really mean, because that's what you came here for, right? That's why you clicked on the video. So let's jump into it. So here in North Carolina, we have something kind of special, or many people don't really feel like it's special, but either way, we have something called the due diligence money. And this is a deposit that goes directly to the seller when your offer is accepted. And here's the big deal. It's non-refundable. So let me say this to you again. You do not get this money back if you back out of the contract for any reason. So think of it like a hold payment, for the seller to take their home off the market while you do your inspections, you finalize your financing, and you basically do your due diligence. So your next question may be, so how much is this due diligence money? And it depends, and it's all negotiable. So there is no set amount that you have to offer the seller. When it comes to due diligence, you can say, no, seller, I don't want to offer you anything. But I will say this, if you choose to go that route, your offer probably won't get accepted. But you have that choice. You have that option. But, a good rule of thumb for due diligence is to offer whatever you are comfortable with offering, knowing that you could possibly lose it. So many of my clients will offer between 1% and 2% of the purchase price, but in competitive markets, it could go higher. They could offer more than that 1% to 2%. Some buyers offer a strong due diligence deposit to kind of get their offer to stand out, especially in those competitive markets where multiple offers are common. So here's a pro tip. The more you put down in due diligence money, the stronger your offer will appear to the seller. But remember that comes with a huge risk. So work with your real estate agent to determine the right amount. They will help you. They will provide you with some guidance on due diligence amounts. But at the end of the day, it is totally your decision what you choose to offer that seller with regards to your due diligence payment. So your next question may be, well, what about this earnest money deposit that you were talking about? So unlike due diligence money, earnest money is refundable in certain situations. So this deposit is held in an escrow account by the closing attorney or your agent's brokerage firm until the deal is finalized. So you may ask now, how much should I expect to pay for this earnest money deposit? So earnest money deposits, they're usually between 1% to 3% of the purchase price, but always remember that is totally negotiable and it's whatever you feel comfortable with offering. But the good news with earnest money deposits is if you do back out of the contract for any reason during your due diligence period, then you will get this money back. Here's a pro tip. Always make sure that your earnest money is made out correctly and it's made out to the escrow holder. Never, ever, ever make the earnest money deposit paid directly to the seller. never do that. But your real estate agent will guide you through that process. So that shouldn't even be an issue, but I just wanted to throw that out there. So now your next question may be, now how does this all work together? So once your offer has been accepted, then you will enter, and then we're talking about in North Carolina here, but you'll enter your due diligence period, which typically can last from a few days to a couple of weeks. And during this time, you'll be able to schedule your inspections, review the appraisals, negotiate any repairs, and basically do your due diligence to make sure that you want to move forward with purchasing the home. And if you decide to move forward, these deposits will go towards your closing costs. But if you do back out for any reason, you will lose your due diligence money, but you may be able to get your earnest money deposit back. And by the time you close, your due diligence and earnest money deposits, remember, they are credited towards your final down payment and closing cost. So now, before we wrap up, let's go over some of the most common questions that buyers will ask me all the time about these fees. So the first question is, can I negotiate my due diligence and my earnest money deposits? And the answer is absolutely, 100% yes. Every real estate deal is different and you can negotiate these amounts. However, in a competitive market, offering a strong due diligence deposit can make your offer really stand out to the seller. My next question that I hear is, what happens if I do back out of the deal? So like we talked about before, if you do cancel during the due diligence period, you will lose that due diligence money, but you may be able to get your earnest money deposit back depending on the terms of the contract and if you back out during that due diligence period. Now, if you back out after the due diligence period, then you will lose both the due diligence money and the earnest money deposit. My next question, what if the seller backs out? So if the seller breaches a contract, then you will get all of your money back. That includes your earnest money deposits, your due diligence, and possibly any money paid towards your inspections and your appraisals, because it's the seller that is breaching the contract. So if the seller ever decides, you're under contract and that seller says, you know what, don't want to move forward anymore, check with your real estate agent, of course, but that seller may be responsible for paying you back your due diligence, your earnest money, and any other fees that you paid to move forward with the purchase of that home. And my next question is, what if I need more time to make a decision? So in some cases, that due diligence period is just not long enough to do all of your due diligence. And there are cases where you can negotiate an extension of that due diligence period, but the seller also has to agree to it and it must be in writing. That is the important part. It has to be in writing. With everything in a real estate transaction, get it all in writing. Don't just rely on, some verbal consent and all of that stuff. Absolutely not. To protect yourself, make sure that your agent is getting everything in writing. That is so important. So here are my final thoughts and my next steps. When you're buying a home, it can definitely feel overwhelming, especially when you start hearing about all of this stuff like due diligence money, earnest money deposits, and then all these extra costs that are associated with making that purchase. But now that you have an understanding of how it all works, you can kind of go into it, with more confidence and you feel prepared. But before you go, make sure that you grab that Homebuyer Roadmap, as it will walk you through the important steps that you need to know about in order to purchase your home, including those deposits, inspections, and closing costs. And the link to your free roadmap will be in the description box below. And, if you're ready to start looking for a home, let's schedule a quick call. We can do a quick discovery call, and I'll leave all of my contact information in the description box below. And lastly, if you found this video helpful, I need you to do me a couple favors. I need you to 1, like the video. 2, subscribe. I was getting my fingers all mixed up. 1, like the video. 2, subscribe to the channel. And 3, hit that notification bell so you stay notified. You will be notified when I drop any videos. And also, you can leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this due diligence and earnest money deposit. Do you like the idea, of the seller getting that money up front? Or is that something that you really don't like about this whole buying a home in North Carolina? I would really love to hear from you. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. You guys take care. Have a great week, and I'll see you later. Y'all take care. Bye.